2,
People are so
3,
Yeah,
4, 5, 6.
Hi. In a world controlled by social interaction and maintaining relationships, our successes can stem from how well we master our social skills to be as personal as possible. As a young adult, I have learned from time and time again how important is it to understand the dynamics of how my social and personal relationship affects many different aspects of my life in the business world and in my personal life. From my own experiences, my social and personal relationships are always evolving, and I believe after listening to me, you'll have gained some insight on how to better your relationships as well. Social and personal relationships are crucial in our growth as people in and out of the workplace. Over my presentation, I want to highlight the importance of building personal relationships, creating and maintaining a social relationship on social media, and how to understand social cues around others will help improve personal relationships. After giving you the rundown of what we're going to talk about, I'd like to start with the importance of building and maintaining social and personal relationships. Why do you think it's important to create good relationships with people? As I've learned from mindtools.com, through their team, just as we need to be active and to eat healthy, our brains need a positive social stimulation to function healthy. There are many benefits to building these relationships, such as more enjoyable work experience, more opportunities to grow your career, and simply a more outgoing lifestyle that turns these relationships into genuine friendships. If it is important to create these relationships, you have to understand the key functions of them. A good personal relationship is built on trust, mutual respect, and mindfulness. Now, I'm not going to say put your trust in everybody you meet, but rather for you to be trustworthy so that they would want to talk to you and they can be assured that they can speak openly without any worries. When communicating with new people, express that you respect what they're saying by showing genuine interest in what they have to say. Nobody wants to build a relationship on somebody who seems not to care. And lastly, be mindful of what you're saying, especially if this is a new relationship. It is important to understand who you are talking to so you may not cross any potential boundaries. There are many ways to build personal relationships, such as developing our people skills, identifying our personal relationship needs, and scheduling time to build relationships. Also, you need to listen actively. Developing our people skills is just to understand your strengths and weaknesses in a social setting. There are all sorts of self-assessment tests that can visually show what you're well at and what needs work. Have a firm understanding of this helps us to be aware and to focus on what we need to work on. To be good with people, you have to understand what you need from them and what the relationship needs. They also need to express what they need from you. This helps the dynamic of the relationship really grow. For anything to develop first, though, effort has to be made. If you stop talking to a friend, the relationship grows distant. If you want to have a better relationship with someone, you have to make efforts to make this happen. Building a relationship is a two-way street. It's as simple as making small talk during lunch or inviting people to coffee. And finally, when talking to someone, listen actively. This means don't just listen to respond, but rather listen to understand what they're saying. People are naturally going to be more responsive to someone who is focused and interested in what they have to say. Once you understand these key functions and ways to develop relationships, your ability to socialize will improve tremendously. These relationships will help increase your morale and your career, as well as help create lifelong friends. Now that we have understand what we have to talk about through personal and social relationships, I want to talk about how to build relationships on social media. On American Express's open forum, Jana Francis talks about the key tips on how to build relationships with friends and in business on social media. She expresses the importance of being real and finding your niche. It's important when making friends online. Be truthful about yourself. People are more likely going to trust someone who's being honest and transparent with who they are. When you're interacting with people online, you'll never see eye to eye with everyone, but it's easy to find people that share the same interests as you. Find your niche. This helps find people that are more compatible with you, so finding relationships becomes easier. Now that I've discussed building online relationships, let's talk about how social cues and how to understand and use them. There are many social cues that play a part in conversations. Not being able to pick up on these can cause awkward situations to happen. Things that I've learned from Ken Sterling on Inc.com is that we have to learn how to understand social cues such as personal space, tone of voice, and eye contact, just to name a few. Personal space plays a big part in how well a conversation is going. Some people may be uncomfortable with people being incredibly close. I'm like that. Pay attention if they seem to like. Pay attention to see if they're inching away. If so, make sure you give them the space so that they can feel comfortable in this conversation. Tone of voice is a big social cue too. You don't want to portray the wrong tone of voice while talking to someone, so pay attention not only what you're saying, but how you're saying it. This goes a long way. Eye contact is very important as well. If you seem to constantly gaze off or looking around the room, you probably seem uninterested. Working on eye contact makes it seem confident and comfortable when you're talking. Understand the importance of building personal relationships, building them through social media, and understanding the social cues that come hand in hand in every interaction are all important things to be mindful of in being a more sociable person. Nobody likes to have awkward encounters or be unsure of how to intervene themselves in a social setting. The world is just a big social surrounding, and the better you can create and maintain new social and personal relationships, then the amount of friendships are endless.
Thank you.